Right now, businesses are paying Trump's tariff bill, 80% of it. Not you, yet. JPMorgan confirmed it. Businesses absorbed 80% in 2025, but that 80 becomes 20 by end of 2026. The rest lands on you. The Federal Reserve studied this. If a retailer's cost rises $1 from tariffs, they charge you $1 more, dollar for dollar, every single time. Steel, aluminum, electronics, food, medicine. The Federal Reserve confirmed tariffs explain the entirety of excess consumer inflation since January 2025. The entirety. Here is what almost nobody is saying out loud. The worst of it hasn't reached your wallet yet. Peak pressure on consumer prices hits between April and October 2026. That is right now. In 2025, businesses built up massive stockpiles, buying inventory before tariffs hit full price. Smart move. But those stockpiles are running out. When the stockpiles run out, businesses have to buy at full tariff prices. And this time, they cannot absorb it anymore. It goes straight to the shelf, straight to you. The average American household is paying $1,050 extra this year just from tariffs. Not a price hike you chose, not a subscription you forgot to cancel, a tax on everything you already buy. Food prices already up 2.8% from tariffs alone. Yale Budget Lab calculated it. $1,500 extra on groceries per household in 2025. And 2026 is going to be worse. I'm APE. And in the next 8 minutes, you'll understand exactly how this happened, why it was always going to happen, who actually pays for tariffs, and what it means for your money right now. Let's go. Let's start with the basic question everyone gets wrong. Who actually pays for a tariff? Trump said foreign countries pay. The data says something completely different. A tariff is a tax on imports. When a shipment crosses the border, the American importer pays the tax, not the Chinese factory, not the Korean manufacturer, the American company receiving the goods. And then that American company has a choice: absorb the cost themselves, which kills their profit margin, or pass it to the store, which passes it to you. There is no third option. Federal Reserve economists published the paper, April 2026. Retailers pass on the full cost of tariffs, dollar for dollar, 7 months after their acquisition costs rise. Full pass-through, every time. Here's where it gets more complicated. A tariff on steel doesn't just make steel expensive, it makes everything made with steel expensive. Cars, appliances, construction, cans. Tariffs on aluminum hit food and drink packaging. Tariffs on Canadian lumber add $10,000 to $17,000 to every new home built. We covered that in our housing video. Same mechanism, different product. And now, tariffs on pharmaceuticals. The Trump administration signaled rates toward 200% on patented drug imports. By mid to late 2026, your medicine cabinet is next. So let's map this out. You're not just paying a tariff on imported goods. You're paying a tariff on everything those imported materials went into. Steel, aluminum, lumber, electronics components. It compounds all the way down to your grocery receipt. Now here's the part that gets interesting. Tariffs were supposed to protect American jobs, bring manufacturing back home, make domestic products competitive again. Here's what actually happened. Manufacturing jobs fell by 77,000 from April to December 2025. After Liberation Day tariffs, the tariff that were supposed to bring manufacturing back, killed 77,000 manufacturing jobs. Because tariffs on imported materials make American manufacturing more expensive too, not less. If your factory uses imported steel, and steel just got 50% more expensive, your factory just got 50% more expensive to run. Thomas Sowell called this the law of unintended consequences. Every government intervention produces effects beyond what was intended, often the exact opposite effect. The cure makes the disease worse. 63% of U.S. businesses surveyed said they considered reshoring. Only 10% were actually taking action. And total construction spending on manufacturing fell every month from January to December 2025. The factories aren't coming back. the prices are. So what does this actually mean for your wallet in 2026? Not abstract economics. Your specific weekly grocery bill, your car repair, your next phone. Here are the verified numbers from 2025 into 2026. Toys and small appliances, up 4 to 5%. Fresh produce, up 4%. Sugar and sweets, up 5.7%. And coffee, Brazilian coffee now faces a 50% U.S. tariff. Your morning coffee is not immune. And here is the part that stings most. Lower-income households take the hardest hit. They spend a higher percentage of income on goods, so a 3% price rise on goods hits them 6 times harder than someone earning over $200,000 a year. This is what economists call a regressive tax. The less you earn, the bigger percentage of your income it takes. It doesn't ask how much you make before it charges you. The price tag is the same for everyone. The pain is not. Now, the part APE promised at the start. Why this was always going to happen, and why it is going to keep happening, regardless of who is in the White House, regardless of which party wins next time. Here is the structural truth. Tariffs create a price floor. Once domestic prices rise to meet tariffed import prices, they rarely come back down. Even if the tariff is removed, the price learned a new level, and it stays there. Economists have a term for this: price stickiness. Businesses raise prices quickly when costs rise. They are considerably less enthusiastic about lowering them when costs fall. Asymmetric, every time. So here's the complete picture. Tariffs hit in 2025. Businesses absorbed most of the cost to protect customers. Stockpiles bought more time. Both buffers are now running out simultaneously, and the full weight lands on you in 2026. Here is everything in 60 seconds. A tariff is a tax paid by American importers, not foreign countries. Federal Reserve confirmed. Full dollar-for-dollar pass-through to you. Businesses absorbed 80% in 2025 using stockpiles. Both buffers running out now. Peak consumer pressure, April to October 2026. Average household, $1,050 extra this year. Tariffs don't just hit imported goods. They hit everything made with imported materials. Steel, aluminum, lumber, pharmaceuticals up to 200%. The pyramid goes all the way down to your grocery receipt. Manufacturing jobs fell 77,000 after the tariffs meant to protect them. Classic unintended consequences. And prices, once they rise, are in no hurry to come back down. Price stickiness, every time. Here is what APE wants you to take from this. Tariffs are not abstract trade policy. They are a price mechanism that runs through every layer of the economy and exits through your wallet. Businesses protected you in 2025. They cannot keep doing it. The stockpiles are gone. The margins are gone. What arrives on the shelf in the coming months reflects the full cost of everything imported since Liberation Day. You cannot stop a tariff. APE is not suggesting you try, but you can see it coming. You can adjust your spending before the full hit. You can understand why the price rose and stop blaming yourself for something the system did. The math is not broken this time. The math is working exactly as designed. That is the part nobody tells you. Tariffs were always a tax on the buyer. You were always the buyer. If this changed how you're thinking about prices right now, drop a comment below. Tell APE what you've noticed getting more expensive in your city. Sydney, London, Toronto, Lagos, Manila. Tariffs move through global supply chains. This is not just an American story. Hit subscribe. APE will keep explaining the stuff that costs you money, that nobody broke down properly. See you next time.